All right. Good morning, fire breathers. This is for the home track for 2019-06-03. So happy June. Welcome aboard to all my trial members. So for today's workout home, your workout is called HOME20181203. And you have a AMRAP. So it says AMRAP with a number. That's the number of minutes that you're doing this AMRAP for. And I'm starting with the movements that are on the floor and then gonna adjust the camera and then do the standing movements. Because I don't have a film crew yet. So your two kind of floor movements, it says you've got a number of 4 count mountain climbers. So what that means is you've got a lot to keep track of, but basically every 4 reps is 1. So you'll count each foot movement as 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth until you get there. So for your mountain climbers, you're going to be in a high plank position, hands underneath your shoulders, so not wide, not too narrow. You want to try to keep everything tight and flat, a nice good plank position, and then you're going to pull your knee to your chest, right, and then back and forth. So starting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Now, you can up the ante by going faster, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, and so on and so forth. It's your workout, so move at your pace. If you need to go kind of slower, perfectly fine. If you want to jog it out like that, do so. And then you've got a hollow hold for a certain amount of time. So for your hold and how to get into a hollow position, laying on the ground, and you can start laying down like this in order to find your position. You're going to take your belly button, squeeze it down to the ground as you crunch your shoulders up. So your shoulders are up off the ground. I'm pulling my ribs down to my pelvis, and then I'm going to pull my legs up, and I'm going to roll my pelvis up and driving it into the ground. So my back is flat against the ground. You can start here. You're going to extend one leg out, and then another leg out, and then arms up overhead. And this is your hold right here. So for this, does not matter what your angle looks like. The smaller your angle, the easier it is. The larger your angle, the more difficult it is to keep that back flat. So just extend yourself to wherever you're at that you can hold for that entire time. Breathe, but we're not moving. We're just holding that position. Okay, then, ooh, there's a bug. Okay, so then your other 2 movements that you have burpees. These are standard burpees. So you're laying flat on the ground, and then you're coming to a standing position with arms up overhead and a little hop. How you get down to the ground, there's no protocol for this today. So this is just a movement of you're on the ground, you're getting yourself up off the ground. So if you need to, step your feet back and do this number in order to get down to the ground. And then you're coming back up with a hop, that counts as 1. If you want to get your hands to the ground, jump your feet back, lay down, jump your feet up and go. You can do that as well. Or if you're gonna do a combination of any sort of lunge down to the ground and up, doesn't matter. How you get from point A to point B, up to you. What does your body need? How are you feeling today? What's our knee situation? This, that, and the other. but just get the number of reps done. And no matter how you're getting from flat on the ground to standing, we're looking for full extension and, again, just a little bit of a hop. And then squat jumps. For these squat jumps, again, not necessarily looking for any certain amount of distance as you jump, but we want our hips to go below our knees and then a full extension up top. Your arms can do whatever you need to keep your body going. So if you need to be like here and you want to jump it like this, if you want to do this, this is usually how I end up doing squat jumps, but it doesn't matter. Whatever your arms feel comfortable doing to get you in a good rhythm. For squat jumps, again, we want our good squat form. So your feet are going to be about shoulder width apart, so just outside your hips. You want that core tight. You're going to send your hips back so that your weight's in your heels before you send them down. And we are getting below parallel without coming forward. So that's what we do to make sure that our knees are behind our toes, sticking that butt out, staying in our heels. And then from here, driving our heels through the ground, squeezing through our butt as we come up to standing. Try not to rock forward and use your quads and rock up on your toes. So, as many rounds and reps of that as possible. Have fun with it, guys. And that's all our X. Remember to scale it. You can always cut the time down. So you can do half the amount of time. You can do 15 minutes. You can do a 5-minute sprint. Just how much time do you have? And for your movement standards, to scale any of those down. For the burpees, burpees are one of, if not the most functional, useful movement that we have. If you fall and trip, if you slip in the shower, if you're outside and you fall, this is a life skill that we don't necessarily think about needing. It's something, right, that comes into play more importantly for our health and our safety as we get older, right? Old people slipping and falling, it can be detrimental. But again, this is just a skill that we have and need in everyday life. So for the burpees, you could scale it by not jumping up top if you need to, or reducing the amount of numbers or the reps, right? So reducing the reps that you do, but keep the full range of motion down. Unless you are pregnant, do not lay all the way down on the ground. If you're pregnant, let me know and I can give you another modification for it. But for the mountain climbers, again, reduce the number, or if holding yourself in a high plank like that is too much for your core, you can scale it by coming up on an object. So a couch that isn't going to slide, a bench, steps that you have in your home, and you'll hold that plank and just do the same thing, high knees. Ultimate scaled for that would just be here in standing, but preferably you're doing some sort of plank hold as well. For the squat jumps, if you cannot jump, that would be your scaled option. Just do air squats. Add the jump if you can though. And then the hollow hold, again, the only reason that you should not be on your back like that is if you are pregnant and can't be laying flat on your back. I can give you an alternate for that. Again, otherwise, get to that total amount of time. So even if you need to take a break, so say you can only hold it for 10 seconds, take a break, and then hold it for another 5 seconds, or hold it for another 10 seconds. Take as many breaks as you need to get to that time domain, all right? And then RX Plus for this, I would just recommend, you can wear a weight vest if you so desire. You can add some dumbbells or kettlebells to it to hold for the squat jumps, and you can do weighted burpees. So that's that. So, happy Monday. Get after it. Never skip a Monday. And Jakaris.